In this video, I'm going to walk through the situations where claiming Social Security early, sometimes as soon as 62, is actually the right move. And I'll show you why the break-even chart behind me, the one everybody fixates on, is honestly one of the smaller pieces of this whole decision. Let's get into it. Let's start with this break-even analysis. First thing I want to be clear about, this is not how you should decide when to file. Years ago, this was treated as gospel. The Social Security Administration even had a tool right on their website. You'd punch in a couple of numbers and out came a recommendation. They've since taken that down, and for good reason. Maxing out your lifetime total isn't the only thing that matters. Your health, your family, your obligations, your need for cash today, none of that fits on a chart like this. But it's still a useful starting point, so let's read it. 3 lines, one for filing at 62, one at full retirement age, that's 67 for anyone turning 62 today, and one at 70. I'll use a worker whose final salary is around $60,000 a year. At full retirement age, that person's benefit lands at roughly $2,200 a month. File at 62 instead, and you lock in about 70 cents on the dollar, close to $1,540 a month, because the law cuts the check by about 30% for filing 5 years early. Wait until 70, and you pick up delayed credits of 8% a year, pushing the check up to roughly $2,728 a month. Now watch what happens over time. The 62 filer starts 5 years sooner. By the time the full retirement age filer switches on at 67, the early filer has already banked around $92,000. From there, the full retirement check is about $660 a month larger, and it takes until somewhere around age 78 to 79 for that filer to erase the early filer's head start. Live past that, and waiting until 67 wins. Same story between 67 and 70. The age 70 check is about $528 a month bigger, but you gave up 3 years of payments to get it. The break-even there lands in the early 80s, call it 82 or 83. And if you compare 62 straight against 70, the lines cross right around age 80. Here's the part people miss. A few years ago, the standard line was the average American only lives to about 78, which made filing early look like the obvious play, but that's the wrong number for this decision. Life expectancy at birth is one thing. It's now about 79 years. What matters here is how long you live if you reach retirement. A 65-year-old today is expected to live roughly another 20 years to about 85. So for a healthy person who's already at the starting line, every break-even age I just gave you sits comfortably inside a normal lifespan. That quietly tilts the math toward waiting for a lot more people than the old 78 inches number ever suggested. Okay, let's look at who actually files early and then the times when it genuinely makes sense. Even with all of that, 62 is still the single most popular age to claim. Roughly 4 in 10 people file before full retirement age, and only about 1 in 10 wait all the way to 70. For most of those early filers, I'd argue it's the wrong call. But most isn't all. And there's a real list of situations where filing early is the smart, deliberate choice. When you're making this decision, you're really weighing 3 levers. 1, the break-even math, what we just covered. 2, your personal situation, your health, your cash flow, your other income. 3, unlocking someone else's benefit, whether your filing turns on a benefit for a family member. Keep those 3 in mind as we go. Quick reality check before the reasons. Filing early means smaller checks, but more of them. Break even between the earliest filing age and full retirement age sits in the high 70s. And remember, a 65-year-old today averages about 20 more years of life. One filing turns on a benefit for someone else. Your spouse can't collect a spousal benefit up to 50% of your amount until you file. If switching that on meaningfully helps the household, that's a legitimate reason. 2, you have good reason to believe you won't reach break even. None of us knows for sure, but if your health or a diagnosis makes a long retirement unlikely, taking the money sooner can be the rational move. 3, low taxable income now versus later. If you expect other income to climb later, an annuity kicking in, a business finally taking off, required withdrawals from retirement accounts, more of your Social Security could become taxable down the road. Claiming during your lower income years can be more efficient. 4, your own benefit is small and you'll move to a spousal benefit later. If half of your spouse's benefit beats 100% of yours, there's little reason to delay your own. 5, the hard one. If your higher earning spouse has a short life expectancy, you'll step up to their larger survivor benefit when they pass. If you're reasonably confident that's coming, claiming your own benefit early can make sense because you'll inherit the bigger check anyway. 6, and this might be my favorite, your early retirement years are your best years. You've got the energy, the health, and the sharp mind to travel and do the things you've been waiting on. Having more cash in your late 60s while you can actually enjoy it carries real value that a spreadsheet will never show you. 7. You simply need the money. Bills, family, life. There are 100 versions of this, and if that's where you are, filing early is a perfectly reasonable choice. Bottom line, this is a genuinely complicated decision. Because so many variables collide, file early at full retirement or late. Do the homework before you commit, and if you can, get help from someone who really knows this area. Fair warning though, there's no formal license for Social Security expert the way there is in other corners of financial advice. So you'll have to lean on solid research and above all, on what actually fits your life. If you want to go deeper on early versus late filing, check out the video right here. Thanks for watching.